Is it weird that I'm reviewing the sequel, but I never reviewed the first one? I got it when it first came out, but missed a good opportunity to review it. To be fair, I'm sure I would have said the exact same thing many others did at the time.
Just buy it!
Though, unlike everyone else, I was losing some interest in it rather quickly. You can only go through so many troll and automatic levels before it all starts to feel the same. Not to mention it took days to unlock some of the maker parts. That said, it was hard to argue with the quality of the game. I mean, it worked! We can make the levels however we wanted, and if we just wanted to search for a certain kind of level, no probs. It was definitely a must-have for the ill-fated Wii U. But all good things must come to the Switch. There was no surprise that it was coming. We just weren't sure which form it would take. New installment / proper sequel, or a port with a bell and 2 whistles. Thankfully, it joined the first group and benefited more from that! It was announced and released with almost no wait time. A brand new Mario Maker game for the summer? That's a good way to pass out from the summer heat. I've still been pretty 2D Mario'd out for a while, mainly because the new series usually play it safe and lack innovation, which is not the case for the Maker games, as that's more of a person-to-person kind of basis. You'll get insultingly easy, skull-crushingly hard, levels for music, and the ones that make you say, how do they come up with this stuff? But I'm starting to get ahead of myself. Let's take a more proper look at what the game offers. I don't think it's necessary for me to give the quote-unquote story mode a look-see in its own section, but I can stretch it out just enough to justify it. Mario and the Toads, along with the Chief Toad, are finishing up in a brand new castle until...
Stupid dog!
Well, it would have been boring to start with the game already finished anyways, so now everyone needs to rebuild it, but they're out of funds. Except for the guy who will pay you to clear levels. Yep, that's how the story goes. There's, over 100 stages put into the story mode, which, that works in 2 ways. One, you get levels already installed even if you don't put in the work or go online, but more importantly, it's meant to be a way to show you what the game offers. Items, hazards, keys, clear conditions, even certain ideas that might inspire you to make a level based on a mechanic. I personally hate the ones that say don't touch the ground after leaving, because I could already see those being the perfect troll setup levels. How did I get 3 of them in a row? As the story progresses, you'll add more to the castle, Toads go missing, unlock Mii costumes and 2 power-ups, and... yeah, that's about it. The story is nothing more than to give you an idea of what you can do, and let's face it, that's not a bad thing at all. It teaches you through gameplay rather than a tutorial, and that's something games need more of, period. I won't even begin to go over what Mario can do. It's different for every iteration, and there's a helpful move list for each version of the plumber with hobbies, along with the power-up abilities. I will briefly mention this new Mario Builder outfit, and man does it kinda feel underwhelming. The hammer is as useful as an inflatable one, and requires such close range on an enemy, you might as well jump on them. But it can also make boxes for platforms, so the thing isn't completely useless. It just makes me miss the Hammer Brothers suit every time I see it. I was a bit disappointed that we only got 3D World as a new theme. I was kinda hoping that we would see a Mario 2 USA and a Mario 64 theme. But at least the new one comes with a lot of extras like enemies, Cat Mario, trees, and a car. I don't know why they put in a car, but they must have answered someone's request. There's more stuff, but let's stay focused. You can now set conditions on how to clear a level, defeat a certain enemy or enemies, grab the amount of coins, finish with something, and don't hit the ground after being in the air. I hate that one. The menu for this setup is a bit clunky at first, but once you begin navigating the options, it starts to fall into place rather quickly. I feel like the menu layout was vastly improved over the last one, keeping things in neat little areas and such, instead of in rows that made you customize the stuff yourself. Navigating definitely feels better on the handheld mode thanks to the touch functions, but it's completely doable with a controller. Most items and objects can still be changed when they've been selected by holding it down instead of giving them power-ups manually. But the most important new feature that everyone was waiting for was finally given to us: slopes! I was just okay with the idea of slopes finally being brought in, unlike everyone else who screamed out their voice boxes. So, I must ask, is it solely just to slide down a ramp, knocking out enemies, and then making a giant jump? Or is there something else that I seem to be missing? After you're confident enough in your creation, you can post them online, and they still continue the rule that you can't upload it until you've beaten it. When you're ready to make your own stage, the best advice out there is to draw one up on paper and then match it as closely as you can. But I don't want to waste paper, so I'm going to keep putting blocks everywhere so I can hear it go along with the tune. And once you're done with Maker Mode, you gotta go for the online. Hope you've paid $20 a year. You can look around for new courses, popular courses, search for the type of levels you want to play, do the endless challenges on certain difficulties, play with others online, and finally, play with your friends after it took about 3 months! And that, my wonderful viewers, was stuff you probably already knew. This feels like I'm pointing out the obvious here, but let's face it, there's no other way to put it. More items, themes, all that jazz, a better story mode. You don't have to wait days to unlock parts, which is the biggest improvement to the game in my book so far. And no matter how you play this game, there's always something for you to do. The amount of sheer creativity from the user levels is astonishing. In fact, this section is basically highlighting some of the courses I've enjoyed so far. Look at this one. It's a movie theater that has 2 screenings, one for a dramatic love story, and the other being a horror picture show. Very well done. A spot the difference game, how many enemies were there, recreating old Mario levels and reimagining other games made in the style of Mario. So far the Contra and Zelda ones are my favorite, with mentions to the Doki Doki Literature Club level based on the personality of the girls. Wow, they nailed that one for Yuri. This arcade-inspired level still leaves me in awe, especially with all the different game modes they put in. There's so many ways you can make a level, and it's just fantastic seeing what kind of imaginative and creative levels are out there. I myself never really put that much time designing a level, but my style is more of a multiple paths that allow for more open-ended exploration even in a 2D setting. Now I know what some of you are thinking, why the heck did it take so long to do this review? Well, at the time, the internet I had was this. I wanted to know what it would be like to have a decent connection that went higher than 700 kilobytes per second. And now I have a far better internet, and I can see that the online is good. Sometimes. Super Mario Maker 2, along with the first one once Nintendo got rid of those rules, really felt as if it was made with the intention to be streamed as much as possible. Why on earth do I want to do these masochistic levels? So you can laugh at it. What level should I do next? Let's ask the audience which one they think will inflict the most pain on me. It was exactly what I thought it would feel like, and I'll probably be doing a lot more of them on Twitch. Wow. Yo, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. No.
You picked Super Expert. This is your fault.
Oh wow, that's like no time. I didn't even look at the time. Thankfully, there aren't that many issues with the game. I was worried about the lack of updates, but we finally got Play with Friends after 3 months with the announcement that more updates are on the way, and I have a laundry list of things I need that'll keep me happy for 5 seconds. Just being realistic. Let me know when you want to hear them, Nintendo. While the universe cheered for Slopes, I was nearly crushed when they told us Amiibo support wouldn't be included. I understand it would be difficult putting in so many characters, especially from third parties, even if they've already done most of it before, but just having some of the more closer in-house first-party series like Mario, Zelda, DK, Metroid, Star Fox, and Pikmin would have been fine. I've heard it was because of the decline in sales of Amiibos, and I have to call their bull bluff on that. Smash is still doing it, Mega Man 11 does it, Link's Awakening on the Switch does it, heck, even the free-to-play Kirby game does it, so I'm not buying that excuse. Maybe they should try to include them in an update like Mario Kart 8 did on the Wii U. Just a thought, hintity hint hint. There's a limit to how much you can download and upload, but that's something you should keep in mind once the servers are about to go down. The endless challenges feel kinda pointless on their own since playing the levels outside of that gives you infinite tries. Pretty much the only reason I can see people doing them besides some unlockable Mii stuff is streaming it. On a similar topic, not a fan of the Kaizo levels, or ones like this one that were made to be infuriating, especially when it feels like there's a move you need to do or some special tactic, but unless you've watched others play this, or have those amazing frame-by-frame button precisions down, you're not going to know what to do, and it gets hair-pulling me. Whatever pride you might have as a Mario player, you need to discard them now. Yes, the rule is in place that you can't upload it until you beat it, but then there's that element of odds that say you have a 1 in 8 million chance of beating the level, so plan your life accordingly. Then there's just some of those levels that feel like they have soft locks, not even trolling, just they're there, and you might have to start a level all over again for one reason or another. Finally, while playing with others online in a 2D Mario platformer is more fun than it really should be, I don't like the ranking system at all. You only rank up if you get first place. Everything else brings you down. It's not by much, but man, there's a high ceiling to go for. Guess I really have no choice but to throw everyone else into the bullet bills to have a chance of winning. I take no joy in this. I feel that if you at least finish, you should get a very small amount of points for clearing, but that's just me. At least there's co-op, but the numbers don't go up, so it's not as exciting as Versus. Reviewing a game like this feels pointless. Normally I could tell you how well the game is structured, and how well or bad it balances its load. This is basically a glorified toy box, but I guess I'm just making sure none of the toys are broken. I really wasn't sure what I should be evaluating it on, and then I got a better understanding of what it could have done wrong, and we'll get there very soon. Yeah, I've heard of some glitches, and I could say, what game doesn't have them? But a better response is to point out that you have to go to great lengths to do them. Yeah, I saw the Did You Know Gaming video as well. There's tons to do and play, so buying the game just on that merit is worth it alone. A 5 out of 5. It's a great game to add to your collection. You can have someone else make a level with you this time. I haven't done that yet. Is that actually fun, or do people just yell at each other about where what should go where? Along with some of those extra themes I've mentioned earlier, I'd like to see more power-ups like the Frog Suit, Hammer Brothers Suit, and a Penguin Suit in a future update. Am I the only one dreaming this stuff up, or would anyone else like to see those added later on? I love seeing the names in the story mode, especially the one that I'll always read as Name and Address Withheld. Chances are by the time this video goes up, they probably will announce what the updates will be. And then this will be outdated again.